Alrighty, so welcome back to the channel, everyone. I will be showing you how to make your own jailbreak game in Roblox Studio using these few techniques I will be teaching you. Just a quick note though, you must know a bit of Roblox Studio. If you are completely new, I don't recommend you doing this tutorial. I recommend you watch Alvin Blocks or any of those guys. They are really helpful. They help me to get here where I am right now. Okay, so anyways, let's continue on. So the first thing we are going to do is make a camera part that which is going to be shown for all the team selection. So this, we're going to make it really red, anchored, and can't align to false. We can set the size to 2, 2, 2. So it gives us this nice red square. But now how do we find the front? It's very easy. You go down to surface, and the front surface is where the camera is going to be facing. So when I start the game, I'm going to set the camera C-frame to here, and I will be facing this way. So now what we can do is we can set it to something like, let's do, not smooth because we're on smooth right now, studs. So now we know which way is the camera facing, so we can just say, we can call this camera choosing. Next thing you want to do is start moving the camera up to a position you want it to be. So anywhere you want your camera to face. So I'm going to make it face like this. We can duplicate this now, and then this is going to be your cop's camera. So we can just set the thing to this, and then a nice little rotation, and we can set the brick color to blue so we would know which one it is. We can rename this to cops. And then we can actually duplicate this one now. We can rotate it, and we can rotate again to maybe face like that. And we can make it a nice, let's make it a nice bright orange. So now what we are going to do is rename the camera you just had and rename it to prisoners. So now you want to select all the camera parts you just created and hit Control G. And how you select them all is you select one and then hold down Control or Command if you're on Mac, and then select them, select any other part. You can rename this model by right clicking on it and hitting rename, and then you can rename it to Intro Team Camera Parts. So this is going to be the model of how we find all the camera parts and which way we want them to face. So we can now select all of them again. We can hit set the transparency to 1 and deselect them. So now they're completely invisible, and I'm just going to make sure they're all can collide to false so no one can walk through them, and that is good. So now we are going to add a screen GUI by right clicking on it and inserting an object and adding a screen GUI. This is going to be called Team Select GUI. So this is where we are going to select our teams. We are going to add a text button, and this is going to be one of the teams. So we can set the border size to 0, or you can customize it however you want. Set it to a nice orange, and we can also set the size to 0.25, 0, 0.55, something like that. 50. Okay, sorry, I screwed that up. 0.25, 0, 0.45, 0. So it gives us this nice big orange button. We can actually probably hit 35 or 25, and then maybe a 47. There we go. So now we can edit the text down here. We can hit text scale to true, text color to white. So I'm going to do source Sorry, I always get that wrong. Source sans bold, and we can edit the text to, let's call this prisoners. So this is when you select this is going to be you're going to be selected as a prisoner. So we can do prisoners. We can duplicate this now and move it over a bit. We can actually move this one there and that one there, and we can rename this one to cops, and we can also set the background color to blue, and we can edit the text to cops. So now we have two buttons we can select. We can duplicate the cops now and put it down in the middle. Where's the middle? Right here. I'm going to make that more in the middle, and I'm going to select this one, rename it to submit. We can remove that dash back there. We can make it like green. Set the text to submit, and maybe a different font to spiffen it up. Not Seal Sand Bold, maybe Seal Sand Light, or just Source Sans. Sorry, I am very bad at this. Source Sans, and then we can do 25 by 25. So it gives us, or maybe like 25 by 15. So it gives us this nice green submit button. Alright, so we can set the submit button transparency point to 0.65 so no one can click it yet. Alrighty, so now we are going to insert another object, and we are going to find a string value. We are going to rename it to team, or rename it to selected team. And then what you want to do is go into model, and then you want to click these cogs. But since I already did this, I can't do it anymore. But when you click it, it's called service, and you can go down here, and it'll show like this message will pop out and be like, what would you like to insert? Then you would click on teams and then OK, and then you can see down here you now have teams. So you want to insert object, a team, and rename this team to choosing. So this is going to be the team you start off with. So now what we are going to do is duplicate it, hit auto assignable to false now, and rename it to cops. And you can set the color to like a nice cyan, and rename this, duplicate it again, and rename it to prisoners, and make it a nice bright orange. So these are our teams. We are going to add a first script. It's going to be a local script, or sorry, insert object, a local script, and we can rename it to, let's call it team GUI script. We can start making our variables. So we're going to do local submit equals script dot parent colon wait for child submit. We're going to do local prisoners equals script dot parent colon wait for child prisoners, and we can do local cop equals script dot parent colon wait for child cops. We can do another variable called local selected team equals script dot parent colon wait for child selected team. Alrighty. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do repeat wait until we're going to do another variable called local camera equals workface dot current camera. We can do camera dot camera type equals enum equals enum dot camera type dot scriptable. Camera dot camera type equals enum dot camera type dot scriptable. Then we can do camera dot cframe equals local camera parts equals, what was this called? Wait for child. Camera parts. Team camera parts, sorry. So this is going to be like all the camera parts inside here, and we're going to get one of these, and we're going to do camera parts dot choosing dot cframe. So now I load up the game. You can see I'm here, but you can also see I can move around when I'm not selected. So that's not, we don't want that. So how we fix that is going down to starter player, and we can go into where is it? Dev computer movement mode, and we can set it to scriptable, and same with the dev touch movement mode, and set it to scriptable also. So now when we play the game, you can see I cannot move around, and that is good. So now what we are going to do is now our own function event, and it's going to be called tween camera. So this is going to be where the camera tweens and that. So we're going to add 2 arguments. We're going to call it position and tween time. So we're going to do local tween service equals game : get service tween service. We're going to do local tween info equals tween info dot new. We can do tween time comma enum dot easing style dot quad comma enum dot easing direction dot out. We can do local properties equals a list, so it's going to be like a list, and we can do cframe equals position dot cframe, and then we can do tween service create tween we're going to do camera comma tween info, and then comma properties. So that's going to be it, and then we can do a colon play at the end to make sure that is a capital P. And my throat is getting sore. Okay. We are going to do a excuse me, a event. So what we are going to do is we are going to do prisoners.mouse button one click connect function. We are going to do we're going to do selected team dot value equals prisoners, and then we could do tween camera. We're going to do the position, so we're going to do camera parts dot prisoners. So if we go in here, you can see I'm just going to copy this and paste it just in case. Yep, so I got it correct. So now we do the exact same thing. We can copy this. We can change this to cops, and we can change this to cops. So now when we play the game, if I go into my player GUI, and if I go into my team select GUI, you can see there's team select. So if I hit cops, you can see this changes to cops, and let's see what's wrong with the function. Oh, whoops, I accidentally forgot something. I forgot you have to put like 0.5 for the time. I forgot to add that. Alright, so now let's try it. We go into our myself, then we can go into the team select UI. We can hit selected team cops, prisoners, and we can rotate between the two. So that's really cool. And it will move to the given position. Alright, so now what we are going to do is selected team.change connect function. We are going to do submit dot background transparency equals 0. So now what we can do is, you can see it, we can't submit, and then you can see it goes, now we can submit, but we haven't scripted the submit button, so we'll be stuck here for now. So now what we are going to do is submit.mouse button one click connect function. We can do if submit.background transparency, or we can do if selected team equals prisoners then, and then we can do an else if selected team equals cops then. So alright, so this is basically what we got, and now we can do, what we can do is set the selected team. So we can do, what we are going to do is, we're going to go into the replicated storage, insert object a remote event, and rename it to team change. We can add a variable down here. Let's say local team change equals game.replicated storage, wait for child, team change. We can do team change fire server, and then we could do it. Let's do game get service teams, and then we can do dot prisoners, and then we can basically do the exact same thing, but instead of prisoners, cops. So we're sending the player's team. So now what we want to do is, you want to go up to this fancy UI button in the corner. If you click that, the UI goes invisible, so it doesn't get in your way with building or anything. So now what we are going to do is add some more parts, and they're also going to be invisible, or we don't have to put them invisible. I recommend you do, so that they can be anchored and can't collide to false. We can move it now to someplace, and then we can add a part and set the color to signify which team we are on. So this is going to be prisoner, and we can set this to signifier, and then we can duplicate the prisoner and the signifier over here, and we can rename this to cops, and we can select the prisoner and the cops, rename to teleports, and then and we can change the signifier to a nice cyan. So there. What we are going to do now is, we are completely done with the script now. Or no, sorry, we're not yet. We need to do script.parent destroy, and we need to copy this script. Oh wait, I accidentally wrote it down there. I meant we can do that, and we can do script.parent destroy. We can copy this now and put it right here. So there. And then we have to do custom, and finally custom. Custom. Alright. So now when we play the game, you can see I select prisoners or cops. I hit submit, and it does not go away yet. Let's see what's wrong. Prisoners, cops. View output. No, something went wrong. Oh, I see now. I forgot to put dot value. And then we can finally do dot value equals cops. Then so we can hit prisoners, submit, and it goes away. But now we haven't teleported yet, and we cannot move. So let's fix that. We can close out of the TeamGUI script, and we can insert a new script into the server script service. So this is where you put all of your scripts. So just hit right click, insert object, and then a script. And then you can rename this script to team handler. So what we are going to do is local team change equals game dot replicate storage colon wait for child team change. We're going to do local teleports equals workspace colon wait for child teleports. Or we can do team teleports. Team teleports. So what we are going to do now is team change dot on server event connect function. We're going to do player comma team. So what this is going to do is find the player and the team. So we're going to do player dot team color equals team dot team color, and then we are going to do local player char equals player dot character. We can do if teleports colon find first child team dot name, then player char dot humanoid root part dot cframe, or let's do dot position equals teleports in square brackets now team dot name dot position. So yeah, so that's basically not it yet. We have to do player dot dev dev computer movement equals enum dot dev computer movement mode. Let's see if I got this right. Hopefully I did. If you're not sure, just copy this and paste it there. And yes, I did. Dot user choice, and then we can do player dot dev touch movement mode equals enum dot dev touch movement mode dot user choice. So yeah, that's basically it. So now if we play the game, and we load it in, we can see I try to hit submit, but I haven't selected a team yet, so I hit cops, I hit submit, I teleport here, let me stop the game, I play the game again, and it's like, oh, I want to be a prisoner, so I go in here, I hit submit, and you can see I'm on the prisoners team, but somehow I teleported to the cop side. So let's fix that. Because, wait, rename, let's copy this, and let's rename because I forgot to add an S at the end. Make sure the team name is the exact same name as the teleport name, or else the script will not work, if that makes sense. So now let's try it. I'm selecting a team, let's be a prisoner. I hit submit, and I'm over here, and you can see I'm on the prisoners team. Thank you all for watching. Part 2 should come out soon. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you soon. Bye!